Hey y'all, happy Friday. It's Ari Hathaway. Welcome to Stories That Inspire. Thank you so much for being on. And so today I thought I'd share my story because today is my 17-year anniversary of driving free Mary Kay career cars, which I think is like really awesome. It's such an honor. It's such a blessing to be able to be part of this incredible company that allows you to drive for free. And then I have a great October month-end tip that I wanted to share with you guys. So it was 17 years ago that I started my Mary Kay business, and I really didn't get going till July, even though I signed my agreement June 29th. And it was 3 weeks later that I finally held my first party because I was completely petrified. I was scared, and my goal was to be a homeowner. That really was what I wanted. And I was working in my career as an actuary. I have a degree in math, finance, and economics, and I loved my job, but I didn't love that I wasn't getting promotions at the pace that I wanted to. And so I was really frustrated, and I went to a Mary Kay party and I tried the products and I fell in love. I think that's pretty much everyone's story. I was impressed with the quality of the ingredients, but I was really most impressed with the values of the company, what they stood for. And I thought, wow, I didn't know that they were a company who believed God first, family second, career third, living by the golden rule. And I just saw women being happy being women. In my career, it still is till this day, a male dominated field. And so I saw women trying to be men. I know I certainly did that. I tried to look like a guy, walk like a guy, talk like a guy, act like a guy. And so to see women like all dressed up with makeup and heels and suits and putting on makeup and making the money that they were making, I was pretty impressed by that. And so the girl teaching my class, some of you know her, she's a little famous in Mary Kay. My mama in Mary Kay, Daisha Wiegand, National Sales Director, double senior National Sales Director. She was 24 when I met her. She had been working this business 2 years, and she had earned up to $17,000 in 1 month. And I just couldn't really process that. I mean, maybe you're having difficulty processing that. I was like, I'm sorry. Like, you just told me that your eyeshadow goes here and your blush here and your lipstick here. Like, how exactly are you making that much money? Like, I just thought I can do rocket science for my career. Why couldn't I figure out makeup? Even if I can make $1,000 in a year, in a couple of years, I'd be in a different financial situation. So that's why I got started. And my biggest hesitation was first of all, was myself and my pride. Like, how was I going to tell people that I started a business where I sell skincare and cosmetics when I have a college degree? I also didn't want people to know that I was struggling, that I needed to start a business. Not that I needed, I just had goals. I think that takes a lot of guts to be that transparent with the people that are in your life. Nowadays, being a boss babe and, calling the shots and starting a side hustle is really on trend. Like, that wasn't even a thought, but back then that was not on trend. You went to college and you got a job and you moved up the ranks. And I'm not saying that isn't the way a lot of people are raised, but just having your own thing is much more popular now, and people understand it and are like, yeah, that's smart. Why not have extra income? I mean, we do have a gig economy, right? Where everybody has side gigs. So why not have a side gig? But back then that was a huge concern. And the other concern was this was not my thing. I didn't do any of this stuff. So I was like, what am I going to say to people? I can learn it. Surely I can learn it, but how am I going to get going? So my director said some really wise words. And this is for those of you that are sitting on the fence. She said, just give it 30 days. And if it's not for you, no big deal. I go, well, what happens if it's not for me after 30 days? She goes, you just go back to being a customer. And I thought, that's it? That's all that happens? What do I do with my starter kit? She's like, use it. When you ran out of products, call your consultant and say, hey, I ran out of this. I need it. I thought, okay, this is risk-free. And that's why I got started. I really boiled it down to, this is a risk-free opportunity. Why not just start? And I got started. So I'll just share with you the results from my first year. I did work full-time. I was studying full-time for my actuarial exams. So I was just sprinkling Mary Kay in here, there, and it became everywhere, but I didn't start there. I started by just holding one party a week, Friday nights. I was making so much money on Friday nights, I decided to also do on Saturday nights. When you give up your Friday and your Saturday night to party, first of all, it's our job. That's what we do. We party. It's a lot of fun, but still, that's like really good money. I was bringing home about an extra $600 in profit a week. That $600 in profit a week is like $2,400 in profit a month. That's worth Friday and Saturday night to me to be able to buy a home. Then I started doing some on Sunday late afternoons, like after church and after lunch. Then I started doing them Tuesday nights too. Wow, weekdays. Yeah, because it was awesome. So my first month in business, I had $3,000 in sales. So that was $1,500 profit. Granted, I started slow, but then I revved up. The next month, I had close to $3,600 in sales. Well, by the time the third month rolled around, I was making so much money. I actually felt guilty for not having shared the opportunity with anyone. I hadn't told anybody because I didn't think anybody was as desperate as I was to make a goal a reality. And so it wasn't until my third month in Mary Kay that I started sharing the opportunity. And that month, when I finally started sharing, I went on Target for my car, and that was in September. And then the next month in October was really it for me. This was the month where I wasn't just holding appointments, I was sharing the opportunity together, and it exploded. And so in that month I added 5 in September, and in October we added 10 new team members, and I earned my car October 31st. And I'll never forget going to that Halloween. It was done early. And I have to share with you what was the inspiration. Growing up, my family did not have a car. And so we used to walk to school, we walked to church, we walked to the grocery store. A lot of our friends from our church, Dade Christian School, New Testament Baptist Church up in Miami Lakes area, South Florida, used to see us walking. Some people would stop. We'd be like, hey, you want to ride? Jump in. And we'd jump in their car. I mean, people gave us rides all the time. And so I always had that dream that I was going to go to college, get that awesome job. They were going to pay me so much money because I'm so awesome. And then I'd have enough to buy my mom a car and buy my home and all these dreams. And that's not the way the cookie crumbled. Some of you have already gone down the path and realized that's just not the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. And so here I was 4 years out of college, nowhere near being a homeowner and nowhere near getting my mom that car. So when I added those 5 team members, my director said, you can go on Target for your car. And I was like, I remembered, I want to give my mom a car. I had forgotten. I think sometimes when you don't see a light at the end of the tunnel, we bury our dreams. And I had buried the dream of giving my mom a car. And Mary Kay rekindled that dream. I remember looking at the pamphlet going, how did you know that this was a childhood dream? Just every time I'd walk, I'd be like, I don't want my mom to walk anymore. And so just that brochure being there, that opportunity being there, and I didn't join for that. It was something he reminded me of. So if you are a Mary Kay girl, just pray for those God week moments. Like, what were those childhood dreams that I buried that I didn't think were realistic once I adulted, that I could still rekindle, that you can rekindle, and that you can make happen with Mary Kay. But it does take activity. I don't think I would have had that opportunity had I not been in action. Sitting there thinking about it, loving on it, doesn't make it happen. It is the action. So I was holding parties. Monday nights were my meeting. Tuesday night I did a party. Wednesday night was date night. Thursday night I did a party. Friday night I did a party. Saturday I did 2 or 3 parties. And Sunday afternoon I did a party. I was holding 8 to 10 parties a week. I mean, it was awesome. It was so much fun. And I think the best part is I was inspiring women to do the same. I remember one of my new team members in October, she joined like at the end of September. And in October, she had $6,000 in sales by herself. So I knew I was empowering women to change their life and their circumstances. And I think that you lose nothing by trying. I just thought whatever I sell, if somebody buys this and this, it's money I didn't have. I'll put it in my savings account. And the day I go buy a home, I'll have more money if I sell product than if I don't. So I earned my car October 31st. And in November, I went into qualification to be a sales director. But in November, I go to my director's house, Tisha. She has a for sale sign outside of her house. I was like, Tisha, you're selling your house? She's like, yeah. I'm like, I want to buy your house. She's like, what? And at that point, I had $13,000 in profit from my Mary Kay business. So it was enough to have the closing cost for a home. And that was back in the time where you didn't like need down payment. I just had closing costs. I was like, I'm buying it. Like, I need to be a homeowner. And so I bought her home from her. And then a month later became a sales director in December. And then in February, we earned our second car. And in March, I was making more doing this part-time than doing my job full-time. So I walked away from corporate America. And then in that June, on my 1-year anniversary, my love check rolled in for the month for just shy of $16,000. I didn't include my sales, and we earned our Cadillac, our third free car for the year. So I do not share that to brag or to boast, but to let you know, it doesn't take 100 years, Mary Kay, to change your life or to change your circumstances. You can have that much change in just a very short period of time. So I remember earning my car October 31st and telling my mom, you're getting a car. And she was still walking everywhere. I had my little car that I had bought after college, a Toyota Corolla. But I was like, Mom, she's like, what do you mean I'm getting a car? I was like, I'm going to give you my car. Mary Kay's giving me a car. She's like, yeah, but what do I have to pay? I said, you don't have to pay for anything. Because I just figured I'll keep paying my car and drive another car. It's like 2 cars for one. Like, why not? So I remember when my Mary Kay car was given to me in January, delivered to me, I took my car and gave it to my mom. So the real story is today is our 17-year anniversary, my mom's and I, of driving free. Thanks to Mary Kay. I have a beautiful pink Escalade parked in the front yard. And it's such an honor, it's such a privilege to be able to be part of a company that rewards you, allows you to be you, and doesn't put a lid on your capacities. I didn't know what I was capable of until I had a platform that was unlimited. The reality was, in corporate America, I was limited by many things that I didn't know I'd be limited by, such as I didn't know who I didn't know. Like, I was not connected, so I wasn't available for those promotions. I would see people start in the company and a few months later get a promotion. Oh yeah, their dad went to school with the manager of this department. I'm like, what? I don't know anybody here. How am I ever going to get promoted? I remember also feeling distinctly like I was in the wrong body. I don't think it was done on purpose, but the guys would say, hey, let's go have a beer. We were not invited, the girls, or they would go golfing on the weekends. We were not invited. I don't think that's done on purpose. It just is what it is. It's the way the cookie crumbled. And in Mary Kay, I saw these women who were fully feminine. I mean, that's really in now, but back then it wasn't like that. They were so feminine, so girly. I just thought, if you walked into my job today, everybody would laugh at you. Nobody would give you a chance. And here they were, praising God, being wives, proud of being wives, being moms, and then being boss babes. And all of it, I was like, I want all of that. And I probably didn't show up saying I wanted all of it, like out loud. I was very skeptical and, analytical. But in my heart, I was like, these women freaking rock inside. So you may not say it out loud, but in your heart, you're thinking they rock. So I wanted to share with you my story of what can happen in a short period of time. And this is the perfect time to start Mary Kay, or start working it, or jump back in and get on the wheel and get going, because holiday sales are out of this world amazing. I just did a pop-up shop, a virtual pop-up shop Wednesday night with just 9 customers and had $1,000 in sales and 1 new team member. And my new team member has been my customer for 16 years. She was like, I want in. I'm like, now? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So you just don't know. So I am wearing my Mary Kay beauty coat for a reason. Okay, because tomorrow there's a lot of fall festivals. Some of you do go out and dress up and do Halloween. Some of you don't. But there are fall festivals, and I'm going to give you a recommendation to dress up like a Mary Kay girl tomorrow. It's probably the costume that will pay you the most. And you just put on your beauty coat. Make sure you're wearing a dress. If it's cold wherever you are. See, I've got like this flower print dress. I'm not going to stand up. Well, maybe if I stand up, you can see it, right? Like, I've got like this little floral print here, and I've got cute little ballet flats here. I'll just take one off so you can see it. See, like little ballet flats. They're professional. They're cute. They're pink. They match. And but I can walk in them. I'm comfy. And I'm going to walk around with a little basket that has a satin hand set. And I'm going to walk around with a basket that has little business cards and samples. Like, this is just a hand lotion, and I want to give out goodies. And everyone who gets one of these, I'm going to give them an opportunity to enter the raffle for the full-size satin hands. This is just a hand lotion. So inside my handy dandy beauty coat pocket, I've got a cute little pink pen, and I've just got like a card for them to put their name and their number on. That's it. I mean, if you don't have a Mary Kay card, you could just use something like this. I found these too. These are just have bees, just your name and your phone number, and everybody will go into the raffle, and I'm going to draw a winner, and somebody's going to win. Somebody from my neighborhood, somebody from this fall festival, somebody from this event, somebody from this trunk or treat is going to win the satin hand set. And here's your goodie bag. I just wanted to spoil women. And so for us in South Florida, I would say this is probably like the very first holiday we've had since this pandemic started where we have the opportunity to go out and see everybody, right? It's going to be an experiment tomorrow. We're going to find out, where to go, who to see, who's out and about, and all of those things. But why not wear the costume that's going to grow your business, put you in a position to set you up for a wonderful holiday, make connections? I promise you, this little Mary Kay gift bag will mean more this year than any other year. That's for sure. So I just wanted to share this with you. I'm excited for month end. I'm excited for double credit. I'm excited for you to finish with power. For those of you that are thinking maybe this is for me, it's a $30 decision. It just doesn't get better than that. And if you sell nothing, you just go back to being a customer, and whatever you sell is money you didn't have. It's risk-free. And your Mary Kay Beauty consultant will show you how. She'll send you an e-start link for you to take a look at it. And so we're excited. I know California doesn't have events yet. And I'm going to tell you something. You can do the same thing virtually. You can record a video, dress up, send it out to people, get creative. I would say this. When you get down on your knees and you pray to God and you say, show me how I can be a light and a spark starter, I think creativity comes, because you're going down to the original creator, the architect of everything. And his brilliance is like none others, because sometimes we're in situations where we're in a hole. We can't think outside of our circumstances. We're just surviving. We can't believe what we're living through. And so there's no creative juices. But when we go to him, he delivers, and you just never know what he may give you that would be special to you and allow you to still grow your business, but more importantly, to be a light to others in this time. So I thank you guys for being on, for watching. Have a wonderful, beautiful Friday, and happy month end as well too.